low views, a terrible bounce rate and 0 customers. That's what will happen to your new website if you've made any of the mistakes I'll be covering in this video. If you want to avoid such mistakes and build an excellent website for your business, you are in the right place, because today I'll show you how you can go from a poorly performing website like this to a highly viewed customer conversion magnet like this one here, all while walking you through it step by step so you can follow along from home. Get your computer booted up, let's get started together. Okay guys, so the first mistake we see made all the time is using the wrong hosting provider for your business website. So when building a business website, you cannot compromise on quality, because your website is basically your online spokesperson that works for you 24/7, 365. And when someone lands on your website, it has to load fast and without glitches. And this is why for this project, we are going to use WPX.net. And as you can see here, they've been voted the fastest WordPress hosting back in 2022. And in the meantime, they've earned a lot of awards as well. As you can see, best hosting support, top tier WordPress hosting, best SEO hosting, and also 2,779 positive 5-star reviews on Trustpilot as well. So this is a very good company to work with for sure. So let's discover their plans now. Now, as you can see, they have 3 different plans. You have business, professional, and elite. So what's the difference? Well, mainly is the amount of websites that you can host on those different plans. This one is up to 5 websites, up to 15 websites, and up to 35 websites. And obviously, they will adjust the resources accordingly. So here you get 15 gig of storage and 200 gig of bandwidth. With this one, 30 gig of storage, 400 gig of bandwidth, and this one, 60 gig of storage. And obviously, since you have up to 35 websites, unlimited bandwidth as well. So now the folks at WPX have provided us with a coupon code that you can use, okay? So you can test it out for a full month at a reduced price of 60%. So this will work only with the monthly plan. So as you can see, you have monthly and yearly. So this is going to be basically $24.99 per month, and you get the first month at 60% discount by using this coupon here. So again, I'll leave that in the description below, okay? So feel free to select any of those plans here. All you have to do is click buy now. So right here, if you already have a domain name registered, just type it here and then click continue. If you don't have a domain name yet, click this one here. I am launching a new website. And right here, as you can see, I have all these different domain name extensions. So .com, .biz, .net, .org, .info. So .com obviously is the most popular one. And right here, you type the domain name that you want to register. So for instance, design with Mr. Web, and we want a .com. So let's click search and let's see if this is available. And there you go. As you can see, this one is available for just $13.99. So now we click continue. Now we need to select our nearest data center. So we're based in Ireland ourselves. So we're going to select UK, London, Europe. And then from here, we're going to add our promo code first. So click add promo code, and the code is Mr. Web 60. Okay, and then apply. So instead of $38.98, as you can see, it's $23.99. So we save $14.99 just with this, you know. So now let's fill out all our contact details here. So basically something like this. Scroll down the page after this and select your payment method. So you have online transfer by PayPal or bank card. So either way is fine. So I'm just going to select bank card for now, okay, and then proceed to checkout. So then you have to agree with the GDPR rules and compliance, accept. And then simply enter your payment details and go through the checkout process. And there you go, guys, all done already. So welcome to the fastest WordPress hosting. So that's us done for now, okay? So this is our hosting taken care of. Now let's install WordPress, which is our next step. So for this, we go to our dashboard. So right here on top, we have our WordPress hosting, and underneath our domain name we just registered. So the two are linked together automatically for us. There's nothing else to do. We are ready to go immediately. So now we can install WordPress. So we can either click on the link here or manage service. And right here by the side, as you can see, we have the service details. So this is a quick overview of our server. And right here, we're going to click on manage website. So that's all we have to do to install WordPress. It's going to be super easy for us to do so. And from this screen, now we click on manage WP. And here we have two different options. So install WordPress on website or install WordPress in subdirectory. So a subfolder basically. In our case, it's going to be on website. So let's click on this. And now we need to enter a few bits of information, you know. So by default, it will provide you with a database name and also an admin username. So you can change this as well, you know. Maybe you want to make it more complicated and harder to guess. So perhaps WPX and maybe, let's say 897IU. Okay, you can add as many characters as you want. Make sure that your email address is correct, and then you need to type in a password. So I'm just going to use Google Chrome here to suggest a password for us, and then install WordPress. And then you will see a pop-up window like this with a reminder of what our user admin name is and also our password. Now copy and paste this somewhere and save it somewhere safe, okay? And then you can close this, and as you can see, it will install the SSL certificate automatically. So you have a green padlock here, so that means the SSL is active already. Nothing else to do with it. And now we can create maybe one email address for our domain name as well, which we are going to use on our website. So email boxes right here. And then now click add an email box. So let's create, for instance, info at. So it could be info at, sales at, accounts at, your name at, you know, whatever email box you want, email address you want to create. So here you're going to put your real name. So I'm just going to put Mr. Web. Scroll down the page and you can set the limit as well, maybe 500 megabyte or 1 gigabyte if you wanted to, you know. And then scroll down the page and then set a password here, okay? And then that's basically it. You can even send the settings to yourself if you wanted to maybe to your Gmail account as a reminder. And then click submit. There you go. As you can see, we get a confirmation here that our email box info@designwithmrweb.com was created. And that's basically it. We all set already. So we have the hosting taken care of, our domain name registered, and our email address set up. Now we go back to manage websites, and then we're going to click on our domain name. It will open up in a new tab. So there you go. This is what our website looks like at the moment. So very basic, obviously, but don't worry. We're going to make it look absolutely fantastic. So now we need to access our WordPress dashboard. So for this, at the end of your domain here, type a / or / and then wp-admin and then hit enter. And then right here, type in your credentials, those we saved earlier on, and then click login. And there you go. Welcome to WordPress. So you can dismiss this message. It's just to let you know that everything is up and running properly. So as you can see by the side, we have all these different tabs here. This is what we're going to use to configure and set up our website. So first, we're going to go to the plugins section. And we're going to delete those two here. So Askimet, Anti-Spam, and Hello Dolly. So you can delete this. We don't need that at all. And this one here, W3 Total Cache, we're going to use this, but we're going to disable it while we work on the website. Okay, so just click deactivate for now. It's a very good plugin that's going to speed up the loading time of our website as well. So now we need to actually make our website look fantastic. So this is the next step, okay? Which leads us nicely to mistake number 2. So mistake number 2 is to choose the wrong theme for your website. So when designing a business website, most designers will select a corporate theme like this one, for instance. As you see, corporate website, but then it looks very official. It looks very corporate-like. It looks very rigid, and therefore you're not perceived as being approachable, and it puts people off immediately. Whereas I'm going to show you a fantastic theme here, which is free, by the way, from Cyberchimp. You go to themes, free themes, and right here, as you can see, you have 15 beautiful, free, ready-to-use templates. And these are ready-made templates that you can use for any business activities, and it will look professional, approachable, and modern at the same time. So as you can see here, you have for entrepreneur, for painters, real estate, one-page business. This one is for corporate, for accountants, interior design. So as you can see, you have a large selection of different themes. So choose the one that fits your type of industry. It doesn't matter which one you select. The principles we're going to highlight in this video work for any of these, okay? So let's go ahead, for instance, with let's go with interior design. So if you want to see what it looks like, all you have to do is click view details, and then you can have a live preview. And there you go. This is what it looks like. You can also have a beautiful hero section here. You have the services being highlighted underneath, portfolio, testimonials, and then the footer section, and we also have a contact page with a contact form, working hours, and all our details. So I think this will do fine. So let's go ahead with this one. Okay, so let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, and this time I'm going to go to Appearance, Themes, Add New, and in the search box look for Responsive, and it's the very first one here. Okay, so if you hover on top, you can see you have an install button. Click on that and then activate, and now we are invited to install the starter template. So basically 100 plus ready-made templates. So let's click on install and activate, and there you go. Here are all our starter templates, and again we said we would go with the interior design, so look for interior here, so interior design, and there you go. So this is the one here, and all you have to do is basically click on it. And as you can see here on top, you have two different options: import site, import template. So what's the difference? Well, import template, you can import single pages. So if you just want the home page, or maybe just the about page or the contact page, use this feature. Import site is going to import the whole site in all at once, okay, which is what we need at the moment. So let's click import site and click import site. So there you go, all done already, and now you can exit out of this and go back to our WordPress dashboard. So from here, if you wanted to see what your website looks like, basically hover on top of your domain name, visit site, and right click, open in a new tab, and let's have a look. So as you can see, there it is. You know, it looks absolutely fantastic already. So this is our template recreated for us in just one click of the mouse, and now we can customize everything to fit our own requirements. Because clearly here this is for interior design, but if you even run an accounting firm or a doctor's practice, whatever business you're running, basically you can use any of those themes and customize them to fit your own business model, obviously, you know. And this is what we are going to do now. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard, and this time we're going to go to pages, and then we are going to locate the home page, which is right here. So this is built using Elementor, which is a very easy drag and drop filter. If you hover on top, as you can see, you have edit, quick edit, and edit with Elementor. This is the one we need. Okay, so just right click on this, open in a new tab. And I like to do that because we have everything open all at once. We have the back end, our dashboard, we have our front end, so we can see exactly what it looks like, and we also have our Elementor page. So as you can see, you can jump from one to the other very easily, and we have access to everything. Okay, so we can close the navigator here. So let me introduce you to Elementor. So basically by the side you have all these different elements that are called widgets that you can simply drag and drop on your page. So as you can see right here, we have a preview of what our page looks like, and if you hover on top, as you can see, we have those blue lines around the sections and around the columns and all of that. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is a section. Every section is made out of different columns, usually at least one. In this case, you can see we have two, and each column contains different elements which are called widget. Okay, so this one is a heading, this one is also a heading, and this one is a button, for instance. Okay, so this is basically how it works. Now if we go back to our Elementor widgets, you can select any of them and drag them onto your page. So drag and drop. So if I wanted to put a heading here, as you can see, we'll show you with a blue line where it will land, and that's basically it. Okay, and then you can edit this by clicking on it. You can change the content, you can change the style, and also add and customize the layout all together. So this is basically how this works. If you right click on it, you can delete it, and then you can move them around as well. So if I wanted this one to be on top, I can move it, or the other way around, and it works the same way with the sections as well. I can move them top to bottom, and you can reorganize everything you want just by using your mouse. Okay, so first let's take care of our hero section. So this is the most important section on your website, and this brings us to the third mistake that we see being made all the time, is to not have a clear message of what it is that you do and how you can help your visitors. You wouldn't believe how many corporate-like websites you land on their website, and the first thing you see is the hero section, and you have no idea whatsoever what it is that they do. Okay, so keep it as simple as possible. Very simple message, straight to the point. Don't try to be smart. Don't use jargon or complicated text or content at all. Keep it as simple as possible and you will win customers over. No problem whatsoever. So let's say you run a graphic design agency where you want your message to be as clear as possible. People need to know what it is that you do, where you locate it, and also how you can help them. All of this just in a few seconds by looking at your hero section. So first, let's change our picture here. So we click on those 6 dots here to edit the section. We go to style, and as you can see, this is the image that we have. So clearly we can replace that with our own image now. So we're going to delete this one, click the plus sign, select file, and I have quite a few images. So I'm going to upload them all at once. Okay, there you go. So open. And now you can select any of those images that you uploaded, one that represents your type of business, obviously something that will resonate with your customers. So here we can see someone drawing a logo and going all about the process basically. Okay, so this could be a very nice picture to add as a background image. So let's insert the media, and there it is. As you can see, now the image is in the background, so the position is not right. As you can see, you can change this easily. You know, we have center. So let's try perhaps bottom center. There you go. That looks a lot better because here we can clearly see you drawing the logo. So that gives a feel to the customers, the visitors, immediately what it is that you do. Okay. Now we might not need all that white space here at the bottom, obviously, you know, so you can tweak this around as well. As you can see, you have bottom center, we also have custom, in which case you can set the X position. So I'm going to set that to 0 for now, but also the Y. So here you can tweak that yourself basically, you know, and once you're happy enough with the result, but just leave it where it is. I would say maybe right about here would be just about perfect. Now, as you can see, we have an issue because we don't see our heading anymore. There is no contrast between the image and our text. So for this, we're going to scroll down the options here. We're going to go to background overlay. We're going to enable this. So click on classic. We're going to select a color. So start with white, maybe first. So that doesn't look good at all. So perhaps black. And then you can change the shade as well and go for another color. Maybe you want something a bit brighter, maybe in the blue shade. So let's go maybe with some kind of blue, maybe a dark blue like this. And then you can change the opacity. So basically it could be fully clear or fully opaque. So select the value that suits you. Basically, you should still be able to see the background image and yet offer enough contrast between the font and the image. So maybe 0.6 would be absolutely fine. Now, as you can see, our font here is legible. You know, we can read this easily, but we can change the font color as well. So click on it. If you go to style, instead of black, let's try it white. Oh, that stands out a lot better already. So let's do the same with our subheading here. So style. Let's select white, and that's just about perfect. So now let's take care of the content of our heading and subheading. So let's take care of our heading first. So right here, normally you should tell your visitors exactly what it is that you do. So for instance, it could be graphic design services, and then you can put the location as well, or you can put the location in the subheading all the same, you know. So graphic design services is probably enough, you know. So then when they land on your website, they know exactly, oh, there's no doubt whatsoever. That's what they provide. They are graphic designers, okay? And then we can go down to this one now, and then we can add our short subheading here. Okay, so I've come up with something here. So elevate your brand with innovative designs and expertise tailored specifically to you. Are you looking to stand out in a crowded market? Then you love our Dublin-based graphic design company. So this is how they'll know where you're based, and that's very important, you know, especially if you book a .com domain. This is not regional, so they won't know exactly where you're based. They want to find out immediately. So if you have this graphic design services, they'll know how you can help them and also where you're based. You answer all these 3 points in just a few seconds. So then one more thing for our hero section with this button here, and this brings us nicely to mistake number 4. It's not to have a clear call to action button. So what do you want your visitors to do when they land on your website? Do you want them to ring you? you want them to send you an email? Do you want them to subscribe to one of your plans? Do you want them to ask for a quote, perhaps request a quote? Or what is it that you want to do? You need to tell them clearly exactly what is it that you want them to do. And this is why we have this button here. So at the moment it says read more, and this is where you're going to insert the exact text with the exact context of what you want them to do. Okay, so let's say you want them to request a quote. Obviously you're a graphic designer, you want them to ask you for a price, request a quote for a certain type of service. How do you do so? Well, basically here, request a quote, simple as. And now you're going to link this to an internal page. So let's say we can link this to our contact page here, and we're going to change the context, our form here, okay, to say request a quote, and that's, we can use basically the contact page as our request a quote page at the same time. So basically you fetch the URL here, and now we go back here, instead of the hashtag, put the actual address as well, and then click update. And that's it basically. Now if they go on your website now, they will see a button that says request a quote, and it's very clear for them exactly what you want them to do. And that's basically it for the hero section. So don't forget to click update, and then we can have a quick preview. So let's go back to our home page, and there you go. As you can see, we have a totally different feel now. We're clearly a graphic design company, we're based in Dublin, and we have a clear call to action button. If we click on it, it'll bring us directly to the contact page. So let's take care of our next section, which is our services section. So let's go back to Elementor. So you can change the title here. If you click on it, you can change this to something else, but I think our services is absolutely fine. It says exactly what it is. Again, keep it as simple as possible with your visitors. You will win them over many times over. Okay, so right here, as you can see, you have 1, 2, 3 different sections. Now obviously you can reorganize that. You can delete some if you only offer 2 types of services. All you have to do is click on this X sign here. There you go, that's gone. So you have only 2. Now if you want to bring it back, you made a mistake, you can click on this history here and then click on the previous one, and it will come back again. You know, there it is. Now it's back. We have 3 different sections. Now if you want more than 3 sections, maybe you offer 4 different types of services, you can simply right click on any of them. So right click on it, duplicate. As you can see, I have this one twice, and then you can move them around basically. Okay, so you can do this by grabbing it and then dropping it here underneath, or you can use the navigator as well. So if you close all of these and you click on any of those sections, as you can see, we'll show you where it is. You can grab it from here as well and move this underneath, just like that. So either way is the same. You know, you can do this manually or use basically the navigator. Either way works fine. So as you can see, now we have 4 different sections, and now we can tweak this around and display all our different services. So as always, we're going to select a lovely picture. So let's click on this one here. I'm going to remove that, create and add a new one. So let's say maybe you, as a graphic designer, you provide probably flyer design, maybe logo design or things like this, you know. So let's select a few images. I'm going to insert that here. So obviously you're going to select images that reflect the quality of your work as well. There you go. So that's 2. Let's get this one as well. So maybe perhaps this one. And then finally here, we're going to select another one. So perhaps this one here. So there you go. So don't forget to click update from time to time as well, you know. So now if we scroll down the page, as you can see, graphic design services, our services, and you have no doubt that this is a landing page of a graphic designer because it looks so professional, obviously, you know, with those images. And now we can change the content of our text. So right here, let's say we do flyer design. Okay, this would be our first type of service. And here underneath, you can put a short description that explains exactly what this service is about to your visitors, you know. And then we can do the same with the other 3. So we could have poster design, stationery design, and perhaps this one could be logo design. So number 4. And there you go. Now we have our 4 services done here. So that's basically it for this section. So let's click update again, and let's scroll down the page. And right here we have our portfolio. So you can keep this. I think this is fine, you know, especially if you're a graphic designer. but this could be used for different purposes obviously as well, you know. So now if you click on this section here, as you can see, this is a basic gallery. So this is a gallery, so you can upload as many pictures as you want, and your visitors will be able to see them all at once right here. So let's delete all our images. Delete, yeah, and now we're going to add our own images. So I'm going to upload new files here, select. So I create 5 of them already, you know, so these are ready made. So ideally you want them to be the same size and same ratio for a best finish, you know. So as you can see, you can select these images one by one with the tick mark. So once you have them selected, basically create a new gallery. There it is, insert a gallery, and here it is, we have all our images. Now how do you want to display the image? Full size, probably this is the case, but you can have that smaller, maybe thumbnail size, medium size, etc, etc, and you can decide how many you want to display. So perhaps you only want to display 4 across, maybe 5, maybe 6 if you want to display more, you know. This is really depending on the amount of images you want to display, obviously, you know. Now you can have them to open in a light box, so if they click on it, basically it will zoom out with a pop-up window and show the full size image. So this is again up to you, you know. We can say yes, and let's click update. Now let's go to our home page and refresh immediately now. There you go. So as you can see, now we're a graphic design company with our services: flyer design, poster design, stationery design, and logo design. We have our portfolio here, and normally if you click on any of these, it should open up a pop-up window, and there it is. Now we have the full size image, and you can even zoom in, zoom out, etc. Okay, so this is very, very convenient indeed. So next we have our testimonial section. So let's take care of this now. So let's click on our main section first. So as you can see, we have a dark color here. So all the colors on our website are quite vibrant and bright actually, you know. So let's try to find another color. Perhaps this is a bit too dark. So we go to style and select our color here. So we have an image actually in the background. Okay, so we can delete this and add our own image. So perhaps you could select something related to our office, in the inside of our office, you know, maybe something like this. There you go. And then we can add a background overlay again, you know. So let's click on this, let's select a color, and let's go for the same blue that we had above, perhaps, you know, a very similar color, perhaps this dark shade of blue. And now we can change the opacity again, you know. So again, you want enough contrast between the text and the background while still be able to see what's happening there, you know. So here we can change our text as usual, so what our clients say, or maybe testimonials, or whatever you want to say. I think what our clients say, it's actually quite nice, you know. So then you can click on those sections here. These are called testimonials. And then you can copy and paste a testimonial that a customer has given you, and maybe it could be your Google reviews or maybe Facebook reviews or any of them, obviously, you know. And then you're going to put their name, their title if they have one, even the link to their website, and upload the picture of the person in question, you know. And that's basically it. Very easy done. And all you have to do again after this is click update, and that's us done for this section. And what's left now is basically our footer section. So if you click on this, as you can see, this is a new section right here with a logo, a short about us section, and those links and bits of information as well. Okay, so easily customized. Again, all you have to do is basically click on it. So let's upload our logo now, and for this, as always, all you have to do is click on this, upload file, select file. So I found one here online that says graphic designer, insert. So there you go. As you can see, totally different field immediately, you know. And now here you're going to put the description, a short about us section about you. So basically a short succinct description of what it is that you do. So maybe again a graphic designer based in Dublin or something like this. Okay, so let's change our working hours and contact details here. So as you can see, if you click on this, this is basically you have an icon list. So I have two different items. The first one is our address, the other one is the phone number, and you can easily edit this by clicking on it and then change the content here. Okay, so let's say 123 street name, and then maybe city, And that's basically it, okay? And underneath you can change the phone number as well, okay? Just change those numbers, maybe 01 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, and that's basically it. And then you can do the same with your working hours, perhaps here as well, you know, and this is basically the same principle. Now here we have those quick links. As you can see, we have 3 different sections: about, blog, and contact, which is basically the same as our menu section here, okay? So perhaps you don't need all these pages. Maybe you want to add one or remove some. You can easily do so basically by going here. So we have about, blog, and contact. So if you wanted to add a new item, so let's say maybe home page, okay, home, you can remove the icon and put the link. So if we grab our web URL here, okay, Control C and then paste it here, Control V, this is the home page, and I can bring this to the top, and there you go. Now we have 4 different pages, and that looks absolutely perfect the way it is. Now the only thing is maybe the logo is slightly too big now, so you can maybe resize that a little bit so it's not too prominent, you know. Logo should be there but not in your face, obviously, okay? And then you can even move this somewhere else. So what we're going to do is basically duplicate this one, okay, duplicate. You're gonna delete the content, there you go, delete, and then we can move the about section right here in the middle. And now what's missing here is a title, okay? So what we're going to do is duplicate this one and then bring it here, and we're going to change the content here and then about us, okay? And that's absolutely perfect now. So that's us done for the footer section, and so we can click update, and that's actually us done for the home page all together. So that's it now. So let's go ahead with the second page now. So if we go back to our WordPress dashboard, we have all our different pages. So feel free to edit any of those pages. You can have the about us page, the blog page, where we're just going to change the contact page together again, okay? So again, right click, open in a new tab, and we're going to edit this with Elementor. And there it is. So right on top, as you can see, I have contact us or contact now. So you could change this maybe to contact us instead, okay? And then again, you might want to change the color here and the background image, which doesn't actually fit this type of business we're in, you know. So if you go to style, again, we're going to remove the image and upload our own. So we might select maybe the laptop this time, okay, or perhaps this one here, okay, insert. Very good. So we have to change the position again. So we're going to select custom. So the x-axis remains the same, it's just the y-axis. So try to find the right spot. So perhaps right here, or maybe just like that. I don't know. What do you think? Maybe here. Okay, just like that. Okay. So this is the right positioning, and now we can add a background overlay as well. So, okay, we're going to select a bright color again this time. So perhaps a bright blue. Maybe something like this, okay, and we're going to change the opacity, increase it a little bit, just about there, okay. So now this is fine, and now we can change the content of our page here. So first, let's take care of this section here, which is easy done, you know. So basically that's the address. This is just text, you know. Click on it and change the address here. So 123 street name, your city, and that's basically it, you know. You can do the same with your contact numbers, your email address, and so on and so on. So this one is pretty self-explanatory. We've covered that already. And right here we have our social media icon. So this is very easy to use as well. As you can see, you can add Facebook, Twitter, Google+, LinkedIn. So Google+ is not in service anymore, so you might want to delete this. So delete. So you have LinkedIn, and let's say you also have a YouTube channel. So how can you add one? Well, basically click the plus sign and look for the YouTube icon right here, okay? So insert, and then you're going to add the link to your channel right here, you know? That's basically it. And now you can add as many as you want, and they'll all be displaying right here. And if someone clicks on them, they'll go straight to your social media platform. As easy as that. As you can see, you can change the shape as well. So you can have it as a square or basically as a circle. So again, this is just a matter of preferences. So let's keep it the way it was. And now let's take care of our form here. So we said this is going to be our request a quote form, okay? So first, let's add a heading right here on top, and we're going to call this one request a quote. Okay, very simple. And right here we have our form. So if you click on this, As you can see, it's using WP Forms and it's the form ID 5. So we have to basically a short code means it's using another plugin that's installed in WordPress that's not part of Elementor. So for this, we have to go back to the WordPress dashboard, and right here you can see we have WP Forms. So you go to all forms, and now we can edit this one. So as you can see, we have the ID here, WP Form ID 5, and just double check this is the exact same ID 5 as well. Okay, and then to edit this one, simply click on it, and this is just like Elementor. It's a drag and drop feature, so super easy to use. So I suppose we can change the title first. So here, instead of contact form, we're going to put request a quote. Okay, so that we know exactly what this is. We go back to our fields. So what sort of information do you need? I suppose the name, the email address, a subject and a message. This would be absolutely fine. Perhaps you want to ask for their phone number as well. So you just grab single line text, insert this maybe in between, and then you can change this. So for instance, phone number, and you can make this required, so mandatory or not. This is really up to you, but normally if they are interested in receiving a quote, they should normally be fine sharing their phone number as well, you know. And basically you can do the same with all of them. And as you can see, this one is taking a bit less space than the other one. If you go to advanced, this is where you can change the field size. So you have small, medium and large. So we can keep it large all the same. Click save. There you go. And now if we go back to our Elementor page, so click update to save your page, and let's refresh, and you will see this effect. This will change for us as well. So basically contact us, request a quote, and as you can see now it's asking also for the phone number. Now you want to make sure that that email is going to reach you, obviously, you know. So now we go to settings, notifications, and right here you're going to add your email address. So we said that our email address was info@designwithmrweb.com. So Control C, and from email should be the same as well, Control V. There you go. And now you click save. And there you go. So this is saved now, and as you can see, the warning message is gone as well. So you might see that message if you use an email address that's not part of the same domain name on which you are designing your website. So in our case, it's info@designwithmrweb.com. This is clearly part of the same domain name. But if you had, for instance, hello@mrweb.tv, that message will show up. And the problem is you will not receive your email. So you need an email address that's part of the same domain name as the one you design your website on. Okay? And then you can tweak the confirmation message as well. So here it says, thanks for contacting us. We will be in touch with you shortly. So you can customize this as well based on your working hours, etc, etc. Okay, so let's go back to our contact page here. So that's basically it. Now if someone fills out this message and click submit, you will receive the inquiry, and then you can get in touch with them. That's basically it. Now again, we might want to change the color of the background here. So we go to style and select a color that's a bit more vibrant than this. As you can see, it's using a specific image, so we can remove that altogether, and we're going to change the color to a vibrant color. So let's try maybe a bright blue like this, or you can try something even more adventurous, maybe an orange one, you know. And there you go. Now if you click update and double check if everything is okay, and I think that looks absolutely fine the way it is. Yeah, that's perfect. So let's go back to our WordPress dashboard now to take care of the last thing we need to do. Basically, we have our menu section here and change our logo here on top. And for this, we're going to go back to our WordPress dashboard, and this time we go to appearance, customize, and right here next to our logo with a small pencil, click on this, and now we can change the logo. So you can either delete it and add a new one. So let's select our logo now. Let's select it. So you can crop it if you wanted to as well, you know, reduce the size slightly. And there you go. Now we have our logo. So clearly this is way too big, you know, so that doesn't fit at all. So what we can do now is to basically click on the image again. Now click on this one, okay, and we're going to edit the image. And now we want to resize this, obviously. So the ideal size in height could be maybe around 80 to 110. So let's try 110 perhaps. Okay, so scale this down. There you go. And you have the image immediately right here. So this is maybe still a little bit too big. Let's try 95 perhaps. Oops, 95, yeah. There you go. And this would be just about perfect. So after this, click update. And now we have our new updated and rescaled version. Okay, so then if you go back to our page and then select again and then skip cropping this time, and there it is. This is our new logo, so this looks absolutely fine. And right here we have the site title, so you might want to remove this and replace this perhaps with the same tagline we have here. Okay, so Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, so Graphic Design Services Dublin. And we're going to have our slogan perhaps underneath, you know, just like this. So elevate your brand with innovative design. So it's important to keep this, obviously, because when you hover on top here on the tab, it will display the content of those two lines, which will help your visitors obviously to understand exactly what your website is about. So our next section here is the menu section, so you can exit out of this, and this time when you go to appearance, menus, and right here, as you can see, we have home, about, blog, and contact, which is exactly our menu section here. So if you wanted to add a page or remove a page, you can do so very easily. So as you can see by the side, you have all your different pages, you have all your posts, you have custom links, so you can add any pages all together. You can select any of your categories as well from your blog post. If you want to add more items, you can even select here from your tags, description, and so on. Okay, so basically these are the essential ones, so pages. So let's say if you wanted to add your sample page here, all you have to do is click add to menu, and then you can position this wherever you want. So this could be as a main page or maybe as a subsection as well, you know. So either way is fine. So let's say if you don't need a page, simply click on it and then click remove, and that's basically it. So this is basically how you can customize your menu section as well. And then as always, don't forget to click save menu, which is the button right behind me here. And then all that's left basically is your blog section. If you want to use it, all you have to do is go here into post, and then you can create as many blogs as you want, and this will help also with SEO purposes, getting found, and also to help your visitors make an informed decision. Now if you want to learn how to build any type of website, I'll leave a playlist right here.